Hi, this is Lisamarie Costabile for Inside the Studio with Greg Wurth, and today I'm here with Ian Gardiner, a friend and a colleague.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you so much for coming by the studio.
My pleasure.
So, want to take us back to where you're from?
Yeah, I'm from Winnipeg, Canada. Born a long time ago. It was, I started playing music in Winnipeg when I was a kid, when I was, 11, 12, like that. Saw the Beatles on Ed Sullivan like everybody our age did. And was consumed by music, studied it, and ended up playing with like the best musicians in Winnipeg. There were some phenomenal musicians. Neil Young was there, Burton Cummings from the Guess Who, Lenny Breau, Randy Bachman, and I ended up playing with all these guys. And
and what is your instrument?
Electric bass and acoustic bass.
Nice.
I play a little piano. I play a little guitar, songwriter guitar and songwriter type piano. But so that's where I started. And then I joined Burton Cummings, and I ended up in LA, and he got my wife and I our green card, and 1978, been here ever since, about 40 years. Yeah, I was a professional musician, and then later on I was always been into electronics. Even when I was a kid, I was building, crazy stuff that would blow up and, stupid, insane stuff, and ended up here.
Okay, so you came here to pursue
to play music,
okay.
Yeah, and I produced, and I played on a lot of records, and did some touring when I was here. But then I just got kind of tired of the road, and I had a family, and wanted to spend more time with them, and just kind of stopped doing that. So.
Who did you play with?
Well, Burton Cummings, Randy Bachman, Lenny Breau. He was an amazing jazz guitar player. I played with him, but I played with a lot of different famous people.
And you came right to LA, or did you live?
Yeah,
okay.
I came right to LA. It was either going to be New York or LA, and I like palm trees and sunshine. So.
Okay, who doesn't, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And at what point did you segue into pro audio?
Well, I had been building stuff. Even when I was playing on the road with Burton, I would take out console modules with me, and I'd work on them on the road between our gigs, and try and design stuff. And then actually, when I came back to LA, I went to Pierce College and studied electronics. Not for any degree or anything like that, but just because I wanted the knowledge, and it was right around where I lived. And so I did that for a few years, and that was wonderful. So that's what I did there.
And then currently you're a co-owner.
Yeah, I co-own Tree Audio with actually 3 other people, with Steve Firlotte, who actually owns Inward Connections, and his wife Vivien, and my wife Michele, and myself. It's a kind of a family-run business, and Steve does all the design work and all the testing. Vivien does all of the bookkeeping, all the parts ordering. Which is insane. She does an amazing job. And my wife, Michele, does console wiring. She preps cables. She also does all the social media research and posting and web design. And so it works out well for everyone. All of us enjoy what we're doing, each specialty that we have.
Which is great. I know the passion. I mean, I hear from Greg, and I've met Steve and Michele, who's here, who we're going to speak with in a few.
Yeah.
And I love that part about the whole family business. And you guys are totally hands-on.
We build everything. We test. We have a few vendors. We don't have a lot of vendors, but we do it mostly in-house. And we just love doing it. It's a passion. We still have the passion, and love developing new equipment and improving what we've done. And it's been really successful so far.
Now, take us to a little back, because I don't even think people can comprehend that you actually build them one by one.
Yeah, we do. The consoles, we'll build a group of 10 of them at a time. But essentially, we hand build them one by one, because they are very time consuming. But, Michele does all the cable prep, and we have all the PC boards go over to an assembler. They assemble all that for us. Then we come back to the final assembly. Then I take the console over to Steve's place. Steve tests it, and we burn it in for a week before it goes out. So there's a lot of it's all hands-on, It's not sent overseas and come back, all built and ready to go, but they're all hand-built here in the Valley.
How many consoles have you built?
Oh, we're over 50 now, and that's just Roots consoles. We're probably, and then we've done a lot of custom consoles. We built one for Steve Vai, and a lot of little custom console work. But I think there's over 50 Roots consoles now throughout the world. They're in Australia, all over Europe, lots in the U.S., L.A., New York. Yeah, they've done really, really well.
Who is a musician that called you just out of the blue that you were just, wow, I can't believe I just hung up the phone with?
Well, I don't know about that. Usually they reach out by email, and everyone from Barry Gibb has one of our consoles. Right. Pete Townsend has one of our stems. And a lot of these are they reach out through their dealers or
Right.
I'm trying to think who else. Oh yeah, Rage Against the Machine
Cool.
got one. You know who reached out was the drummer for the Killers, and
one is that?
yeah,
Ronnie.
Ronnie Vanucci.
Oh, right, Ronnie. Yeah,
Ronnie,
Yeah.
great guy, and he bought a console from us as well. So you know, we've, Steve and I and my first company, Boutique Audio, we've sold things to everybody. You know, U2 and
Yeah.
Chili Peppers, and you know, you make good gear, people want it. you
Right,
know, so
word of mouth,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's the best advertising.
Now, how did you and Steve? I mean, you guys are like married.
Yeah, we are. We
Practically.
got married. We divorced our wives, and now we're
Yeah.
Actually, I've known Steve for probably, I don't know, 15 years maybe
Wow,
now.
okay.
You know, when I used to build my racks, I would build my racks for vintage modules.
Mm-hmm.
And invariably we'd get people buying them off of eBay or wherever and bring them over and they wouldn't work. And, you know, I would take them over to Steve's and, you know, he'd have them fixed before I got home, you know, and we just had a really good relationship, great working relationship. And then he started developing the 820, the Brown console. That little,
Okay.
you know, that was one of the first things we did together. Cool. And so we built that up and then it just evolved into more and more consoles and, you know.
And now you're busy, but is your other business Boutique?
Yeah, we're still, you know what, we were doing that, and I actually stopped doing it for a little while just because we got so busy with Tree Audio, but I'm kind of resurrecting it right now, and I've actually built a lot of racks over the last few weeks.
Nice.
And, you know, so it'll probably be a thing I can do, you know, every once in a while. I mean, Tree's my focus, but I still enjoy doing that kind of work, and, you know, I've got all sorts of ideas for other products, but at time, you know.
Will anything launch at AES or NAMM?
Well, yes, we'll have our new version of our Roots console. With a bunch of added features that we've added that came from the Branch 2. We will have the trunk there. We're finally finishing that up, the first run of those. So those will be ready to go, hopefully in the next week or two. What else? The stem will be there. There's a few other products that Steve and I got, you know, we haven't divulged yet, but we're working on right now.
He's always brewing something.
Oh, yeah. We got a lot of things in the works. You know, the ideas are not the problem. You know, ideas are a dime a dozen. You know, it's just getting them finished and completed and actually execute them is the hard part.
Okay.
You know.
Now, with all this going on, do you find time to do your music at all?
Yeah, I do. I try and play every day.
Oh,
you
good.
know, and as an acoustic bass player, I kind of have to, or your chops go down really quickly. You know, I still need to go out and play live, which I will be doing soon. I've been kind of really jonesing to play live again. And so, yeah, that's on the, hopefully I'll do that this year. But I still love it. No, it helps the other side of the brain, you know, especially the technical side and then the musical side.
Right.
It's, you know, I just have to do it.
And off topic, I like to know what, besides music, if you could pick another career, where would you see yourself?
Hard to say. Maybe an architect, you know, something in the design field, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it just comes naturally to me, and I've always done it. Actually, when I was a kid, I wanted to be an oil painter. Right, I wanted to be an artist ever since I can remember. That was my passion. You know, my mother used to say, "Only if you're a commercial artist," right? She wanted me to make money. But so anyway, but no, I've done that ever since I can remember. Was draw and paint. And
did you know that they recently finished the Gaudi Cathedral?
No, I didn't.
Barcelona?
No. Yeah, I'd love to see.
I think I saw that on the news, the Arts News Today.
Yeah,
Have
incredible.
You been?
No, I've never been there. No, but I love his stuff, and I love that. I guess it's it's not a hotel, I don't think, but it's one of his pieces over there. It's just incredible.
They're all, everywhere in Barcelona,
like,
you
melting,
turn, you just can't even believe it.
Yeah.
You should go, you and Michelle.
All right.
Do they have any kind of festival that you could?
Yeah, really.
Any conference,
they have
music
AES.
conference?
Yeah,
we gotta go. Oh, I gotta go to Barcelona today.
Yeah. No, Michelle loves Spain too, so I'd love to. It's one of my places I'd love to go. Italy, Spain, and where else do we want to go? Ireland and Scotland, and you know.
Where, Michelle?
Back to Morocco.
Oh, Morocco. Okay. Well, you could just fly into.
It's not far from Spain.
Yeah, absolutely. They're all close together.
Fly into Paris.
No, I'd like to do that. Yeah. No, but I love architecture and I love art. I mean, just music. We love supporting live music. All our friends and bands, and you know, that's where we spend most of our time when we're not building stuff. Is out at clubs and you know, supporting our musician friends. So
excellent.
Love doing that.
Well, I can't wait to see your new music coming out or whatever.
Yeah.
And
I hope you buy my one
your
CD.
future in voiceovers.
Yeah, well,
listen to his voice for voiceovers.
In the world.
Well, thank you so much. I'm going to have a few words with Michelle, Ian's wife. Thanks so much for stopping by inside the studio with Greg Wurth. This is Ian of Tree Audio, Ian Gardiner.
Great. Thanks a lot, Lisa. Thanks, Greg.
Yay. Hi, this is Lisamarie Costabile for Inside the Studio with Greg Wurth, and today I'm here with Michele Gardiner of Tree Audio. We just spoke with your husband, Ian.
Yes.
You two are my favorite people in the music scene of NAMM and AES.
Wow.
And all that. Well, you got Hot Michele. You show up at the Tree Audio booth. She knows everything about Tree Audio. You tell me a little bit of your background with Tree Audio.
Well, it was kind of an organic thing with Ian and Steve.
Okay.
With the background is I used to have one of those 9-to-5 jobs that was hard when I had a little girl.
Okay.
And I really wanted to start a home-based business. I started one myself before. Mm-hmm. And so Ian, with his background in audio, and I decided to quit my job, and we worked together. And it was boutique audio and design, and Ian would, rack modules, vintage modules. And I would do the accounting and all the cable making and things like that.
Just cable making. That's it. I just
cable
need some
making,
cables.
soldering. I've been doing that for about 20 years now.
Wow.
So then, Ian's relationship with Steve progressed toward Tree Audio. And so now I kind of am doing what I used to do with boutique audio and design, cable making, soldering, wiring. And I also do social media. So, like Ian said, we do it. Family
business.
Yeah.
It's amazing what they do. I mean, they go to, like when I first met you at NAMM, like a few years back. It's definitely a while, 5 years ago or something.
Maybe, wow.
So warm and loving and welcoming. And then I learned a little bit about Tree Audio and what you do for them. I mean, you do a lot. The social media, you're great at getting people to come into the booth and talk. And
well, you know what?
Discovering what Tree Audio is and how special it is.
See, that's something that just comes from, one, loving our business, loving what we do, and I really, once you've worked for other people, and then you have the freedom, not that it's easy, because it's constant, 24 hours, 7 days a week of thinking about your business, but loving it and feeling that every ounce of your work and energy goes toward your own personal, goal of making the business grow. So that just comes naturally, and that's why I love NAMM and AES, because we don't get to see people really, other than my communication with people online. And then the few times we get to see you guys in the personal, maybe. Well, we talk about grabbing drinks, but parties.
I know Greg goes over to Steve's office.
Yeah, but I don't. But so anyway, the point is, I love when we get to meet people, our clients, or people that love our products at AES and NAMM, because it's that connection with people that give us feedback about our products that we don't get when we're just working at home or our workshop. So
it's a great company.
So that's just, if I'm enthusiastic, it's because I truly love what we do. And
well, it's a great product.
Yeah.
That's what Greg says. Greg's a huge fan. Of course he is. Yeah. But so let's go way back.
Oh, okay.
To 2 years ago when you were 21.
Yeah.
No, let's
19.
go. Yeah. Were you ever a musician or had any liking? Never?
Oh, well, liking. Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge music fan. And, music's, passion of my life. But unfortunately, I have other skills that I love to write. That was just my organic passion as a kid.
Okay.
And I do fool around with the guitar, but I won't even... respect to real musicians, won't even call it playing guitar or ukulele. I just have fun. It's like it makes you happy, and it sometimes sounds like music, and but no, but like Ian said, our passion for music together with his history in the music business and my love of it is one reason we love to support our musician friends and local artists, and I love finding new artists and promoting them, and that is a passion, but I don't play.
And so you met Ian back, did you meet him in Canada?
Oh, okay, well, I actually did meet through music.
Okay. Okay, we're on to something.
Okay, this is a long story. I'll make it a little short. I'll go back to, I had a roommate who was dating a producer for this movie that's now become a cult classic called Tapeheads with John Cusack and Tim Robbins. And,
Nice.
But anyway, so I didn't want to go to this party because I just wasn't in the mood, and she'd drive me along to this. It was one of those things I just didn't want to go to. Mm-hmm. It was, turns out I danced all night. The band that was playing were the Bone Daddies, which is a great LA band from the 80s, and they're still playing. And then after the party was over, I waited for my roommate, and she took off without me already. And so I'm waiting out in the alley in downtown LA all by myself, and this guy with a ski mask comes up and he sticks his tongue. He sticks his tongue out and he says, "Hey, baby," was trying. And I obviously looked nervous, and he took the mask off, and it turned out he was the lead singer for the Bone Daddies, King Cotton. Oh. And he said he saw I was scared. It's 1 a.m. I'm in downtown LA, dark alley. So he pulled me in, said, "Here, come and meet my record producer." Well, Ian was producing songs for the Bone Daddies. Oh, wow. For the movie Tapeheads, a Bo Diddley song. Anyway, so we hit it off, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, it had to do with music because I was dancing all night.
I'm glad Ian's one of the good music producers in LA.
Yeah.
With the girl in the back alley at 1 in the morning. Come and meet my music producer. That's a great story.
Yeah, so that's how we met.
And then the rest is history.
Yeah.
So if you weren't going to be working with Tree Audio, what kind of career do you think you would have, or a passion?
Well, okay, I came out to LA because I wanted to be an actress ever since I was a kid. I mean, so I did come out and try to do that, and then I realized I just didn't have the passion for it. But my real passion that I never really, because it was always so organic, was writing, and I've just done it since I was a kid. I entertain myself writing stories, and I used to submit screenplays to I Dream a Genie. I knew Sidney Sheldon and all these TV, I would just, cute. Yeah. So I was that kind of dork, and I just always loved writing. And so I've been doing that for a long time, and I actually, when my daughter was little, and even while we're doing boutique audio and design, I was publishing stories and essays in newspapers and magazines. And so I write now just for my own passion, but that's what I would definitely.
Because I have to mention that Michele, I follow you on Instagram and on Facebook. We're friends, and she has the coolest story. She'll have this picture of you must have traveled a lot with your family, and your family. Yeah,
well, I got lucky that my family left me, I mean, they're alive, but through all the moves, I ended up with all the slides, and my family were prolific photo takers, and when I was very young, we left the suburbs. I was 4, and they sold everything, the house, the car, everything we owned, and we bought a trailer over in England, and then for 2 years traveled the world in a trailer. If we had to cross bodies of water, from Spain to Morocco, you'd take a ferry. Wow. But other than that, we were living, we'd wake up one day in front of a castle, a ruin, which I always love the ruins. I don't like the, the touristy kind, but the ones you can explore with the moss and everything. Or we'd wake up on a cliff over a Greek cove, which, we'd stay at, and other people would come because they'd see us there, and then, this whole community of people. So it was, or, little shanty towns in Portugal. I saw everything very close up. It wasn't traveling via hotels, right. And in Americanized, it was you're living amongst people, living on the beach in Morocco, riding camels, and
that's pretty fascinating.
Yeah. So I have that I do have a lot of stories, and not just because of the travels, but because my parents were kind of characters. So
I know you have to check out her social media.
So that's fun. So that's part of probably helped to make me want to write, is just having those experiences early.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming by the studio.
Well, we love you guys.
Yeah.
Greg.
Greg's the backbone, right? Yeah. So, well, you have to check out Tree Audio, and also follow Michele on Instagram and Facebook. You're on Instagram still, right? You have to follow her. She's hilarious. But anyway, well, thank you so much for joining us. This is Lisamarie Costabile for Inside the Studio with Greg Wurth.